All hail the beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. If you're new to the channel, I'm B, and on this channel we help you improve your confidence by way of compliments using the wonderful world of fragrance. If this is your second video or more, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because you obviously come back to rock with your boy. As a YouTube fragrance personality, I often get questions from those of you out there in YouTube land with things like, B, how can I get better performance from my fragrance? How can I get more compliments? And generally speaking, how can I be an overall better smelling man? Listen, there are many reasons why a man or woman could be a bad smelling person, but specifically we're talking about men in this video, and there are a number of things. There could be bad breath, there could be sweat, there could be a lot of things, including just wearing the wrong fragrance. And trust me, it does not stop there. And that's why today I'm here to explain why smelling good is important, and also to provide you with 5 tricks to be a better smelling man. And by implementing the tips and tricks in today's video, not only will you be on your way to being a better smelling man, you'll also improve your confidence along the way. As many of you out there would think, we have to start this list off with showering. Now, personal hygiene has a lot to do with how a man smells. We know that for sure, but also things like genetics and things like the foods that you eat, they also play a huge role in how your body smells. So we're gonna tackle that first. See, you and I both know you can't always combat genetics, right? They are there for a reason, and they are part of your chemical makeup. That's all about you. But we know that there are things that we can do to take some additional steps. And listen, when it comes down to it, personal hygiene is important, and we can completely control that. But when it comes down to things like what are we eating, we may not always want to cut out those, things that cause odor. Things like broccoli, fish, garlic, onions, not only because they're delicious, but they're also nutritious. So as I mentioned, we can't combat genetics all the time, but we can take a stance and charge forward on personal hygiene. And if you're looking at personal hygiene, showers are 100% a part of the game. Showers and bathing of some sort. And the amount of showers that you take in a day, there's a number of things that kind of tie back to how many times you should do that. And some of the things that you should consider when determining, hey, what should my daily routine be in terms of showering, are things like activity level, things that you've eaten, as well as your chemical makeup, how your body chemistry reacts to things, okay? Are you a sweaty person? Do you sweat a lot just from sitting there? Or do you know, maybe you just like to do 3 showers a day? If that's what you like to do, then look, I'm not gonna knock it. Look, the general consensus is this: you should take a shower at least once per day, okay? That's going to ensure that you are at least fresh and clean at some point throughout the day. And you also want to make sure that while you're showering or bathing, whatever it is that you do, you pay special attention to the areas of your butt, your groin, and your armpits, because that's where a lot of these odors come from. Now that moves us on to number 2. Now listen, the showering aspect is just one small part of not only being clean, but maintaining that clean, fresh approach when you're setting out to tackle the day. In addition to keeping clean, you should also be sure to wear a deodorant or an antiperspirant. And if you're one of those guys out there who get a little wet under the arms there, make sure you take a travel size deodorant with you throughout the day, because what this is going to do is allow you to reapply throughout the day to stop any moisture from building up, which can then cause odors, okay? So you want to make sure that you limit that as much as possible. Traveling light and not in a position to carry around a travel size deodorant, no problem. In these instances, when you're looking to be hands-free for the most part and not really carry around a lot of things, maybe you're not in your car, you had a stayover, whatever it is, you can always take on some travel wipes along with you. They're easy to put in your pocket, and they'll allow you to keep fresh throughout the day. If you run into an issue and you're out and about, you can always excuse yourself, head to the bathroom, and come out squeaky clean. It may be like a clean, but you see where I'm going here. Pro tip: apply talc-free powder around places where you may experience issues with your skin rubbing together. That's going to be places like your groin area, obviously your thighs rubbing together, man. Right in that area there, that tends to be where a lot of moisture buildup comes in, as well as, well, you know, the funkies. All right, so make sure you apply some talc-free powder in those areas, and that'll help you stay fresh and stay clean all day. Now, the first two things we talked about are great, but one of the most surefire ways to ensure that you are a great smelling man is pretty simple. Something that we do on this channel all the time, and that is to apply a fragrance. Listen, the men's fragrance space is exploding, and as a fragrance personality, I tell people all the time what fragrances they should wear, which fragrances they should wear less, and also, you know, some great fragrances out there that are going to improve their confidence and compliment factor when out there in the real world. Which brings me to today's video sponsors, the good people over at FRAGRANCEUSA.com, your one-stop shop for smell goods. FRAGRANCEUSA.com is a Long Island-based fragrance retailer that has set up shop and has done really well out of the gate. They are known for their superior customer experience, exceptional pricing, and super fast shipping. Currently, they have over 35 of the most popular fragrance brands on their website today to help you be a better smelling man. Some of the most popular, most complimented fragrances that you can think of are available on their site to purchase. Listen, a little fragrance can go a long way, and a little time on their site can equal huge savings. If you find yourself on their site looking for a fragrance, be sure to use my code BIGBEARD10. That's going to save you an additional 10% off of their already discounted prices. Listen, their prices are already low, but when you add that code, it just makes it a little bit more attractive. And speaking of attractive, the scents that we have on their site, that you go in and choose those scents, right? You can really choose from some of the most attractive scents on the market today. And the cool thing about that is fragrance is known for conjuring up memories and old thoughts, right? And that can really increase the attraction and desire of you to that special someone, especially if you're looking to make a good first impression. Be sure to check out my Drive Women Crazy video link down below to help you with some additional suggestions on grabbing the perfect fragrance to reel them in a little bit closer. Speaking of reeling them in a little bit closer and getting a little bit more attention, we want to make sure that your breath is fresh and not causing a bad first impression from under that mask. Yes, I said from under that mask because it happens every day. Listen, poor oral hygiene is a common cause of bad breath. But even if you're on top of your oral game, your mouth is squeaky clean, the occasional bad breath can seep in. And we want to make sure that you avoid that as much as possible. And because of that, here are some tips and tricks to help you keep your breath smelling fresh all day long. Listen, the general consensus out there is you should brush your teeth at least twice per day and for at least 2 minutes. Now, what I'll tell you to do is put on a song and let the song play, all right? And do your damn thing. And once you're done, once the song is over, you'll be done. In most cases, the average song is between 3 and 4 minutes, so you'll be extra squeaky clean, and your teeth will thank you. Not only your teeth, your breath will thank you as well. Also, be sure to floss and remove any food that could be stuck in between your teeth. And that could be a number of things out there, man. Pepperonis, you have greens, right? Spinach, all those things can definitely get caught in your teeth. So make sure you are picking it out and getting your mouth as fresh as possible. A lot of times having bad breath can come from a few things. Gut health, right? As my wife will tell you, gut health will add that to it, but also decaying food particles within your mouth is also going to attribute to bad breath. So if you can get that out, the quicker the better. As we also mentioned with the body chemistry, also be sure that you are brushing after specific foods if you want to make sure your breath is great. All right, so fish is the one that you should be doing immediately after. Garlic, onion, things of that nature, broccoli, all right, cauliflower, things like that kind of add to that bad breath factor. So if you can get that food residue and the smell out of your mouth quickly, then you'll probably put yourself in a better position than if you did not do it. Listen, right now we're in mask season. You can always do a test right there in your mask and no one would know, okay? He's like, hey, is that me? Yep, that's you, buddy. Also, final tip here, be sure to drink lots of water and also keep either sugar-free gum and or mints on hand to ensure that your mouth doesn't get too dry, because that is also a place for bacteria to grow and thrive. Now, the fifth and final tip / trick on today's list is pretty simple, but I think it's one that's overlooked from time to time, and that is being sure that your clothes are washed and ready to go. Too often, a lot of people tend to put their clothes right back on the rack after wearing them out, and hopefully you're not doing that too much during these times of, you know, these extra germs out there in the world. You want to make sure you're taking care of your stuff. But at the same time, some people are like, you know what, B, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to get too dingy, things of that nature. I get it. But making sure that your clothes are fresh is going to be a great way to make sure that you smell fresh as well. Being around certain environments for extended periods of time can cause those odors to go into your clothes and cause you to obviously not smell the same, at the very least, not smell your best. I remember when I had dreads, I had long dreads, and we would cook out on the grill, that smoke used to get locked into my hair, right? And I would have to try to get that out of there. And the same thing happens in clothes. If you ever come across a person who works in a fast food restaurant, like a Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's or something like that, you'll often smell the grease on their clothes, and you want to make sure that you don't put yourself in those positions if you're able to avoid them. Obviously, if you're just coming from work and you work in one of those places, then it is what it is. But if you're just out and about and you got some pants on that you wore, you know, at a smoke fest, you probably want to change those out because you're not going to smell your best. That's just my thoughts and opinions. The fact is this: utilizing proper hygiene as well as some maintenance upkeep is a great way to ensure that you are a better smelling man day in and day out. And then with the help of my good people over at FRAGRANCEUSA.com, you really take your attractiveness and your freshness up another level. You'll be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and you don't even have to live in Bel-Air, okay? Listen, that's all I have for you guys and girls out there today. If you're looking for some fragrances, feel free to shop their site. Utilize my code down below, BIGBEARD10, to save an additional 10%. As always, I'm your boy, Big Beard. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Be fresh and hit the goddamn bell.